What's up, fanboys and fangirls? Oh, JT is here.
That was a fast comment.
JT is first.
Gotta be a world record.
I'm Brett. This is Luke. Tyler is like a maybe he'll show up this week. We don't know.
We have a ghost here.
Yeah.
In the meantime.
Yeah, remember that one time where we did like a special effect where we like
removed me?
Yeah, and then
what was that for?
You can't. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what.
Was that because Ghost was a villain in Ant-Man 2? No, because that was our first live episode.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was for. But then we like pushed the button and you appeared.
Something scary.
Maybe probably something with a ghost.
Invisible Man.
Maybe that's pretty likely actually.
Might have been Invisible Man review.
That sounds about right. Oh my gosh! Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
What?
Ooh!
Oh my gosh!
That was a special gift just for our video viewers.
My family watches this show.
Well, they're welcome.
Put your butt right in the camera.
What is up, Tyler? How you doing?
Good, man. Good. I have not had a minute to stop today, so I feel like I've just done gratuitous amounts of cocaine.
Well,
I mean, there can be worse things to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Heroin.
Yeah.
Heroin.
Yeah.
Generally meth.
Yep.
No.
Fent's bad. Yeah. Baroque and Roller says only fanboys. That's right.
Ooh.
Sounds like a great post use of the name.
That's right. That's right.
No, we decided to do dinner kind of late, and because of that,
it's a holiday, so it makes sense.
It kind of threw off my day.
We're recording this here on Labor Day in America.
I showed up 5 minutes before we
started. Luke, I was in here like chomping on popcorn. I was like, I'm just gonna make myself a snack.
Dude, hey, do what you do. Yeah, we had Culver's,
so
we had to wait for it, and everything just kind of took a little bit longer.
How is that?
I think it's good.
Yeah, I haven't been over there yet.
I mean, I compare it to In-N-Out.
That's better than In-N-Out.
Brett, any comment?
I'm ending the show right now.
What about Freddy?
You better not. I worked my butt off to get here at this stage, so.
Oh goodness. Well, yes.
I like Freddy's more personally.
Isn't Culver's a chicken place?
No, Culver's is they do it's kind of the same idea as Freddy's.
Okay, it's like a smash.
It's a butter burger. That's what it's called.
Okay.
I don't know.
But it ain't better.
I don't know what the distinction is, but yeah.
Well, now I'm even more curious. I always just thought it was chicken.
I want to try it.
No, it's pretty good. I have had it anytime I've gone to Kansas City, I've gone if I pass one, we'll eat there or something. But
all right.
Had one in Branson. Had it there.
Love Branson.
Their cheese curds are pretty good. Baroque. Shout out their cheese curds. I actually had those as part of my dinner. So, and then I hadn't had their custard, but my oldest got a custard with her meal because kids' meals nowadays come with ice cream.
Of course.
So I split it with her. Delicious. They use candy sprinkles instead of wax sprinkles.
Ooh.
Those things hit like crack. That's the second drug reference I've made tonight. Let's see how far we can go.
Go for the hat trick.
We'll just see where this ends up at for sure.
We'll get there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it is we're recording this here on Labor Day in the US. So I think all three of us had the day off.
Yep.
Luke and Tyler
Praise God.
We're doing, busy doing things with their families. I did a bunch of yard work, so I was very tired. I took an afternoon nap. It was lovely.
Very nice. We spent most of the morning relaxing, and then the afternoon got really busy really fast.
Yeah.
So I actually hung out with Dead Fist in the chat for a little bit. Him and I went with my kid to Wizards Alley downtown, and
fun.
He had never been since they had opened, and
I assume Bryn had never been.
Bryn has been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bryn's
never
been.
mind.
Because we went down there one day to look at the paintings and the graffiti.
Oh, cool.
On the side of it, because it's nerd themed. So there's a Pikachu and there's a Mario and there's some other stuff, and she loves that kind of stuff.
Sounds like I need to take Claire.
She loved it. And they advertise pretty heavily at the front door that they have kids comics,
Nice.
which Bryn really likes to go look at. And they have arcade cabinets, which Bryn's obsessed with right now. So
Fun.
we did that, and Bryn got a little model, a little Pokemon Snap Together model of Charmander, which is pretty cool. Dana built that in like 5 minutes, and she's carried that around ever since. So
Just carrying it around all day.
good day though.
Yeah, I did yard work and built a fort in our
Nice.
basement with Claire. So,
Dude, those are fun.
our first version 1 much too small. Dad did not fit in it.
Yeah,
so we
I
had
had
to
that problem.
expand.
Yeah.
Sounds like a skill issue.
It was a poor planning issue on my part.
Yeah, I last time I built a fort for Bryn, it was like when it was a stormy day. I kind of had that same problem where
Yeah.
I didn't leave myself enough room. It was great for her. It's terrible for me. But we got it figured out.
Good
So.
deal. All right, well, before we jump into some Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 2 reactions, let's talk trailers. There were some new ones that dropped this week. I think Luke and I know I have some like pretty obscure things that I'm sure you guys haven't seen, but there were a couple big ones. So
Yep. I'd say the biggest one, Sonic 3.
Yep. It was like Tuesday, right? Like right
Yeah,
after we
something-
I think this
recorded.
trailer. I thought this was a cool trailer.
Yeah, this is a good trailer.
Dude, I think this movie looks good.
Yeah, it
Just
looks
like
awesome.
straight up, it
Yeah.
finished and I was like, am I going to go see this?
I do kind of
couldn't
feel like
believe it
I
was
still
coming
need to
out
see
my
the
mouth.
second one. I've not watched it.
Sonic
I don't even know if I'll see it.
Sonic movies are like, that first reveal where everyone was like, "Oh, Sonic looks awful," and then like he came out in the movie. Movie was fine.
Yeah.
But it was like Sonic was Sonic, and then Sonic 2 was. I have a kid, so like she loves Sonic movies. So like
There's too much live action.
I
for
thought
Bryn.
Sonic 2 was okay as well, but
Was it better than the first one?
I think so.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
There's more Sonic characters, right?
Yeah.
Like it's more. Everyone is like more in that world, kind of a thing. And Jim Carrey just has fun.
Yeah, I love this. Like he's retired, but still doing Sonic
movies.
It's pretty great.
So yeah, big thumbs up for Sonic.
Yeah,
3.
this trailer is
Same.
sweet.
Shadow looks awesome.
Plus, just like even really how violent it kind of looks. Like I
Yeah,
love the
yeah.
joke right now. How like it's like we're gonna have to watch this girl die.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Right?
It's like this PG hedgehog movie.
It's the Incredibles meme where it's like Bob, like the real dark, like filter over Bob's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like those who know.
But yeah, that trailer honestly really surprised me. So I'm excited for it. And
Yeah.
thumbs up.
Agreed.
And I mean, the only other option for that day I think is Mufasa, which I could give two craps about. So
Yeah, because that's in December,
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
like right before or right after Christmas.
Right before.
Right before. Okay.
No one releases right after Christmas.
Does it say that's dangerous business?
That's a dumb idea.
That's pretty much January.
No.
It is.
Well, sweet.
The other one, big one, is Legend of Vox Machina season
Season
3.
3.
I didn't watch this because I still need to watch the show.
Yeah.
You haven't watched any of it.
I have.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched like the first half of the first season.
Okay. Okay.
And then so the reason I haven't watched it since is usually for animated stuff. For the most part, I'll watch it. Like even if Bryn's home, I can watch it.
yeah, not this.
And I was watching this, and she walked out, and it was one of the scenes with the bard doing what he does.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a sex scene, and I was like, "Yep, nope, can't watch this." And since then, I've picked up other animated things
Sure.
that I've watched instead. So I've just not gotten back to it.
Yep.
But what I
Looks
did
good.
watch, I really liked.
Looks really good, yeah.
There was a small tease for their new one too, the Mighty Nine, I think.
I missed that.
It wasn't like
I
a
know,
trailer,
yeah,
but
I
it
missed
was. It was like a little, basically like a
Announcement.
sketchbook teaser of it. It was kind of
Oh,
cool. So it was like it was like the sketches, nothing filled in, nothing colored. It was pretty cool looking.
Neat.
So
Dope.
And then the last one I have is Winner. Brett kind of just told me about it right before we started. It's about a girl who joins the Air Force and maybe the CIA.
Yeah, I think it's
It's based on
based
a true
on
story.
a true story of
Or based on reality is what it said. So,
the girl's name is Reality Winner,
yeah.
is like her real name, but she joins the Air Force gets maybe actually put into, I'm not sure if she's
It's like a drone.
CIA or maybe intelligence,
Yeah.
but it's very much about like the right after September 11 and kind of the like being swept up into that war, the war on terror, and what does it mean for someone who is, that age, and I don't know. I think it looks interesting.
Yeah. It's Amelia Jones.
Good cast. It's
Amelia
got a good
Jones,
cast.
Who was in Coda. I think
Catherine Newton.
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Lots of potential.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What else do you have?
I've got Apartment 7A, which is a Paramount Plus original, but it's a prequel to Rosemary's Baby, about a ballerina who hurts her. It looks a lot like Black Swan, but with more demon possession.
More demon, less swan.
Yeah, not as many swans. Probably less drugs overall.
Less Aronofsky.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. This looks like it kind of looks like a straight to streamer, so we'll see. I don't know. And then the other one, no, I have two more. Nobody Wants This, which is why can't I think of her name? Shoot, it's a comedy series on Netflix, about a girl who hosts a podcast. Why can't I think of her name? Yeah, Kristen Bell.
I can't believe I pulled that out of my butt.
How did you do that? That's incredible. It has a string of like really bad relationships and kind of falls in love with this local rabbi.
I think I saw pictures of this.
But it's called Nobody Wants
But I
This.
haven't seen a trailer.
I thought it actually looked
series or movie?
Series. It will probably end up being not great.
Oh, dude, Dana's gonna watch the crap out of this.
I think
she loves Kristen Bell and she loves Adam Brody.
It falls in love with a local rabbi. It sounds like Fleabag season 2.
It said it falls in love with a rogue rabbi.
Oh, rogue.
It sounds like Fleabag season 2.
Could be. Could just
Fleabag,
rip that off.
Fleabag was so good. I kind of miss that show.
Stephanie likes it.
It's fantastic.
I still haven't watched it. I know I need to. I know, Luke.
Yeah, you should watch it.
It's on my
you would
watch
you would
list.
love it.
I know. Too many things. And then the last one I have is Lost on a Mountain in Maine. This is a Sylvester Stallone produced movie based on a true story of a dad and his two boys who go hiking up this mountain. The dad and one of the sons make it back out of the storm, but then one of the sons is trapped on the mountain, gets lost and has to survive. So looks like it'll be a good, actually Tyler will probably cry. The brother stuff, and then
always gets me, man. Every time.
So lots of family drama type of things, but I thought this trailer looked good. So thumbs up for me. But that's all. Those are the ones I have.
Cool.
So we can move on right along. We're flying this week. Knock on wood that keeps going.
Yep, we brought it up. 3-hour episode.
The Rings of Power Season 2, episodes 1 through 3 dropped on Thursday.
Yep.
And with new episodes dropping on Thursdays. So we'll have a couple days to really reflect on them before we, talk about them here. But yeah, the first 3 episodes, I know I've watched all 3. I think Luke's watched all 3. Tyler, have you watched?
I watched the first one.
The first one,
yep.
Okay. So we can...
Because Dana is gung-ho about this show, so...
Good, okay.
We watch together.
Nice. So. Oh, okay. Well, hey, it's good to do things
No,
together.
it's great. I love it. I'm glad she likes it so much.
We will probably be talking about spoilers.
We'll try and contain them.
We can stay vague on some things. This is basically the pilot of season 2, right? Or the introduction. So there's not a ton. It's mostly just setting up stuff. But, yeah, if you're super spoiler adverse, I suppose you can just skip.
And honestly, I'm really glad it was 3 episodes because there was a lot there.
I wondered,
and if they would have tried to fit all those storylines into less, it would have felt even more pace driven than the show already does.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they gave me 3 episodes.
They aired it out.
It's an interesting thing
like-
because it is like revisiting each of the storylines, but you don't do them all in the first episode.
Yeah. Like the elf and Theo and
The Southlands.
that story
human.
doesn't start until the 3rd episode.
Same with the Numenorians.
Yeah.
Right. We don't see Numenor until episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
So. But yeah.
I'm honestly just so curious to hear what Brett thinks because he's a Tolkien head. Like you've read all this stuff.
Yeah, I put all my books up here for.
Look at you.
I don't have Children of not Rune of.
Children of Dune.
Ooh.
I have one more that's out there.
Gotcha.
So.
Because I mean, this show is just such a topic.
Children of Hurin. Sorry.
Oh, okay. The show is such a topic for Tolkien people on how much they hate it or how much they don't, and it's exhausting.
It's really weird because it's an and we talked about this a little bit last season. It's an adaptation of a outline.
Yeah.
There's not a novel of this, right? Like the Silmarillion, which they don't even have the rights to for the show,
Hand me.
is like super vague on pretty much everything except the Numenorian stuff. And they're basing
Smells like Lord of the Rings.
most of
Crispy.
what they're going off of out of the Lord of the Rings and the appendices in here.
Is it like stuff that are just mentioned?
Yeah. It's basically just mentions of stuff. But they, like we said last season, they can use, seemingly they can get permission to use things from the Silmarillion.
And it seems like they're also kind of just condensing it a bit to
Yes.
be a narrative TV show.
This is a story that in Tolkien's books lasted 1,000, 1,500 years, right? And we're just not going to get that in a show. So you have to be okay with that. I am okay with that.
I think we've talked about this before too.
I can't see
Like, you
around
can-
that corner.
You can compare books and movies and shows and adaptations and stuff, but they're separate art things.
Yeah, they're different. The mediums are so different.
And like everybody does it. They go, they just didn't do this from the book. I've done that. I did that for Altered Carbon. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have to sometimes try to separate them, and it's hard.
I think the important thing is just capturing the essence. If
Yeah.
you can capture the essence of what it is, I think it works fine. And I feel that way too in casting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can cast anybody, but as long as they capture the character they're playing, right? Like, and I firmly believe that. So like, I've not read all the Tolkien stuff. I really like this show.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of fun. I really like the depictions of the characters. I don't really have complaints about
I'm with you, Ty.
what it is, right? Like, I don't have complaints. Now, within the show, do I have complaints? Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely,
sure.
right? Like, narratively, there's some things I think are a little wonky and whatever, and we'll talk about that. But, like, I like it. I think they do a good job. I think it's well made. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially season 2. I think they had a huge upgrade.
I say this like every time Dana and I sit down and watch it. I think I say it at least once per episode. Man, I'm so glad they shot this outside. Like, it's just so noticeable. Like, it looks so much better than, and obviously there's some touch-up work and things like that, but
Oh yeah.
just,
You mean those giant statues aren't actually there?
no, believe it or not.
Dang it.
They're actually made out of pool noodles and then digitally touched up.
It's macaroni.
Yeah.
So Luke, you're curious what I'm thinking. I am excited because it feels like we're finally getting what the source material is based on.
You're getting to the meat and potatoes.
We're getting to the meat and potatoes. Like, season 1 was frustrating for me because it really felt like we're doing I don't know at what point I called that, like, Halbrand was Sauron last season, but
Probably
like
episode 1.
probably episode
Or
1.
episode
It just
2.
felt like they were
When he
really
shows up.
dragging that out for the audience. I understand story wise, like, why it was important for Galadriel to have that reveal when it did. But my fear was, we're not getting Anatar. And it's like, no. Season 2 is picking up where we, that storyline. We're getting Anatar. We're getting that, like, collaboration with him and Celebrimbor that is not, with Elrond and Galadriel there. And it's... Because that's the essence of those. Now, they've still made the rings out of order. But I think story-wise, narrative-wise, I can see why they've done that. So, I don't know. I'm approaching it probably with a little more forgiveness in my heart. Right off the bat. But at the same time, I think that they have... if Season 1 was putting all the chess pieces on the board, okay, now we're like...
Now the game started.
Now the game started.
Yeah.
And with it being... Did we say 4, 5? It's a 5-season...
That's the plan.
Yeah, the plan is 5.
I was kind of like trying to outline like when certain things are going to be happening.
Introduction, Fall of Eregion,
Right.
Fall of this place.
Basically all these falls, and then like I don't know how
And
they're
hiding
doing
stuff.
Finger chopping.
Some of the like condensation, the condensing of like the spreading out of the conquering of Middle Earth, like. When is Gondor created? And, like, there's Arnor in the north, which is actually where Elendil rules, where his sons rule Gondor. And it's like, I don't know if we're going to get all that. And so, like, that's where it's like, oh, it'd be cool. I don't know how they're going to do that in 5 seasons. Especially if...
You'll get some spin-offs.
Like, the end of Season 1, or the end of Season 2 is probably the Fall of Eregion, based on what we've seen in the trailers. No, I'm very excited. I very much enjoyed the first 3 episodes. Mm-hmm. I am very much looking forward to seeing Tom Bombadil in probably this week's episode. Nervous, but excited.
I'll jump in here. It's very funny because JT kind of posted his reviews and stuff, and I'm not going to read the whole review, but JT and you had very similar feelings about Season 1.
Sure.
And JT was to the point of like almost hate watching the show every week in Season 1. And now in like Season 2, he's enjoyed it quite a bit.
Good.
And he's like, I think it's pretty good. I'm not like hate watching it. I'm not, miserable every time I turn it on. He's enjoying it. So I think, based on that, in what you're saying as well, it feels like things are just finally starting to move. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that like people like you, I don't say that in a like negative way, but
sure, people like me.
People like this guy. I'm glad you guys are like coming around on it.
Yeah.
I having only watched episode 1, I really liked it. I love some of the little things they do. Like I loved after we watch Sauron get just absolutely murked.
Dude, that was so awesome.
When you're watching the blood go down. All I could think about is like, yeah, this is like Peter Jackson's thing. Like I felt like I was watching one of the movies again. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then just kind of the general feel of the stuff with the stranger and the Harfoots just feels so good to me. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably it might be my favorite storyline to follow.
Yeah.
Even though you kind of know where it's going.
Do you though?
Well, not like in that sense, but obviously what the big reveal will be.
Right.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The song thing like blew my mind. I was like, "There's no way they set that up in season 1." Was that in the first episode?
Yeah.
I was just like, "There's no way." They're like, "We're gonna use this in season 2 as a map."
Yeah, I think all that stuff. It just always feels good.
Yeah.
Much like in the movies, like anything with the Hobbits, just always felt good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that spirit is still there. Like you still feel that all the time. Mm-hmm. And then I just think I agree with Luke. I think it looks better, like significantly better. From like costuming looks better already. I think performances these people are more comfortable with these characters. They're stretching out a little bit more. I'm really enjoying it.
Dude, I loved the Elrond shift.
Dude, he's
immediately
awesome.
He's just like, this is bad.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Just distrusting all of them.
Yes.
Jumping into the waterfall. Like, I just... That's not where I expected it to start with the elf story.
I feel like this started fast. Like, it started hot. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Well, I mean, it
They're
starts
not wasting
right
any
after
time.
Yeah.
season 1, but even like the real intro with Sauron and Adar, I thought was so cool. And you kind of expect what's gonna happen, but like when he just flips the crown and shoves it in his neck, I was just like, that is so awesome.
Well, and
Yeah.
it does a thing which I remember talking about in season 1, where when Galadriel's like interrogating Adar, and he's like, "I killed Sauron," and like, I think all of us, maybe not you guys because you don't, but
I was kind of like, why would you think that?
what? No, like that's the dumbest thing. But here they've kind of
Shown
us,
that,
and I can, that makes sense.
Dude exploded.
Dude definitely exploded. Now maybe it was a bit much for Adar to actually believe he killed him, but
But if he doesn't say he killed him, do the orcs follow him?
probably not.
Does he believe it himself?
Probably not. That's a good point. One of the things you talked about Elrond, and I agree. One of my favorite things from season 1 that we talked about almost every week that there was one was like the bromance between
Elrond,
Durin and Elrond, and I love how they're both being set up to be wary of the rings. There's a logical reason why in Lord of the Rings now Elrond does not have a ring, despite being one of the key elves. Gandalf has one of the rings in Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you knew that.
The red one.
He's got the red one. Yeah. And it's like, okay,
Is
well,
that the flame of Honor he's talking about when he's on the bridge?
no. No other thing.
What is it?
How deep into mythology you want to get here?
I want to get so deep.
I'm putting
that
my
I'm
waders
stuck.
on. Yeah. I'm putting my waders on.
Yeah. I want a weight belt, and I want to go down to the bottom of the sea.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'll hold
good.
the rope.
I want to
Sounds good.
drown in the lore, baby. Dude, I play Destiny.
That's true.
There's no
is.
story.
He
it's
watched
only
like the
lore.
6-hour
only
Bife
lore.
video.
Excuse me, it was 10 hours.
10-hour Bife video. In a day.
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh.
Watched that thing. I took like a 30-minute break to like shower. Oh, dude, that was a great video.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So I love how they're setting them up to kind of be on the same page. I think that will reap benefits probably, especially in like season 3. Hopefully more this season, because I think that relationship is really interesting. One that you don't see in the first episode, but you see in the third episode is I cannot remember his name. The elf and Isildur.
I call him Aaron, but it's like
Arondir.
Arondir.
It starts with an A. Arondir.
Yeah.
Arondir, yeah. I think
What a pull.
they're gonna have a really compelling kind of narrative. Those two, and then like Theo, like whatever's happening there, I think is gonna be really
There's an interesting switch up in that story too.
Yeah.
With Theo?
No.
Oh.
With slight spoilers.
It won't kill the story.
It won't. Bronwyn is a made-up character for the show, and the actress did not decide to not come back for season 2.
Okay.
So she is just like, they just have like a funeral for her.
Oh, all right.
You know what? Respect.
No problem with it.
Yep. Moving on.
Moving on. I think it will make room for more interesting than just.
I love
The
the
whole-
Arondir's and Theo's like dynamic. Like
Yeah.
Bronwyn was
they
Theo's
kind of love
mom?
each other,
Yeah.
but Theo hates him.
We didn't really need her.
They were, and there's a thing that Tolkien did through like his works where it's like the kind of like the forbidden love of an elf and a human, right?
Yeah.
Like they have Beren and Luthien and Aragorn and Arwen, and like there's always this like tragedy that kind of befalls them. And so I think like they were trying to capture that, but I'm kind of glad that the showrunners are actually kind of forced to deal with reconciling that in a different kind of way.
Yeah.
Plus, there's another character in that mix too, and it's honestly what I'm most excited for.
Yes.
Isildur is a part of that group,
Okay.
and his little introduction to the story with like Barrick was my favorite part of all
Dude,
3 episodes.
Barrick's the goodest boy.
I hate spiders. And I guess especially spiders in Lord of the Rings, but
They do a good job.
if you hate spiders, get ready. Episode 3.
Get prepped.
Sign me up. Let's do it.
Yep.
That scene was awesome. It was freaking gross.
Yeah, very. Again, it feels like Lord of the Rings though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels like Return of the King when Frodo's in Shelob's lair and it's like, just kind of creepy.
You're like begging Frodo to get out. You don't have to be. It's like, I know you're not going to die in here. Just get out. Just get out.
It's
please.
Isildur. Go.
Do
go,
we really
go,
need
go.
this?
What else was there? What did you think of, or I guess not think of, and the interpretation of Sauron being like a mud venom thing? Because I don't know if this is true at all. I don't know what he's supposed to look like in his I'm coming back from the dead form.
Yeah,
But
totally up for interpretation. I don't think it's visibly spelled out anywhere.
the way I kind of interpret it in my head was he's not actually supposed to look like that. It's because he's evil and he's corrupted and he's just a gross thing now.
Yeah, I mean, and look, in my head, it was always more of like a spiritual, smoky, misty kind of a thing.
Like
but
if
that's
Gandalf exploded and came back to life, and he did, I guess. He came back to life. He came back through like he was nice and he became a white angel.
It was it was an interesting interpretation. It gave me like weird Venom vibes, and I wasn't like, I didn't love it, but at the same time, like I don't care. Like
I thought Ooey Gooey Sauron was cool.
it was an interesting
'Cause
way of like
I kind of thought of it
he
how
grew,
you did.
He
Like
grew by consuming
consumption,
things.
yeah. Yeah, because I kind of, like, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, he's at his lowest. He's, pure evil. He's eating bugs to kind of regain things. It's like starting from the very, very bottom, the lowly depths.
I also
I
liked
thought it
how
worked.
you couldn't really tell how much time passed there.
Yeah.
I like how they didn't tell you.
That was kind of one of the things, like, I was a little lost on me throughout the episode is where we were in that story for a bit. Like, watching it, and by the end, I kind of I was like, okay, yeah, we just caught up to this moment, here we are now. But I was like, at first, I was a little lost. It's like, okay, we have him getting killed, we have him kind of coming back, all right, where am I in his story? And then we get on the boat, and I'm like, okay, now I know where I'm at again. And then I kind of lose it, and I'm like, all right, where am I now? And then it ends, and I'm like, wait, so is this present? Like, are we now here? And
Dude,
yes
when
is
he
my
just-
answer, but, like,
when he-
watching it, I was like, what is happening?
Right.
He
It
just
moves fast.
instantly recognizes Galadriel, and he's just like, okay, I have an idea. I loved it. And, like, just kind of more on Sauron, I think now that he can go full on
Baddie?
bad guy,
Yeah.
I think that dude playing him is awesome.
He's good. Yeah, I like
It's
him
like
a lot.
when he's talking to Adar and he like finally gets him to listen to him and he just smiles. He's like, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you idiot. You fell for it. You have no idea.
Oh.
The new dude who plays Adar is really good too. That's a different actor.
Yes, it is a different actor. Yep.
You almost
I love
I
that
couldn't
dude's makeup.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
He's if you like are really looking for it, you can kind of tell.
Adar's a made up character for the show too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Inspired by, unnamed elves, but like that is the idea that like he was one of the first elves that were
Corrupted.
to become orcs. That's a real thing. So I think that's an interesting twist on, why the orcs are in Mordor and what they're doing versus it just being a Sauron raised an army or like the army never left. It's like, okay, let's give them something to do, especially if you're going to have Sauron gallivanting around with Galadriel for
A season.
6 months, however long.
Or
that is
6 years. Who knows?
All right, hard to tell.
Yep.
So, yeah, very much enjoying it. Very much looking forward to the Eregion storyline, the Anatar stuff.
Dude, the
everything with
stuff
like
we've seen so far was so awesome.
Celebrimbor and like there's some Tyler, you haven't gotten there yet, but there's some stuff with Celebrimbor and Anatar in I think episode 3 with like the dwarves, and it's just so good because I feel like Celebrimbor's been underused thus far, up until like now, and now that he's able to kind of be, I don't know, maybe a little mischievous. It's like, okay, we're gonna have fun with this.
Dude is wrapped around
and
his finger.
knowing how that particular part of the story ends, I'm very curious where they're gonna go with it.
I like not knowing where the story beats end, like in the middle. All I know is that he gets his finger chopped off. And Isildur's like, no.
I love knowing. I'm very curious, but I love knowing that like Isildur's tale is gonna be one of like
Tragedy.
It's a tragedy. It's a tragic tale, right? And to see, because in season 1 he was a little bit like Luke Skywalker. He was kind of bratty and annoying. He
wants to go on an adventure.
He was very whiny. And
I wanted to go to Tachi Station and pick up some power converters.
We get a little bit in episode 3 when we finally see him of like why he is the way he is. He talks about his mother a little bit. And I don't like. I'm just excited to see him grow into the leader that he's going to be, but then ultimately have that like make the wrong decision, and I'm really curious to see how they do that.
Mm-hmm. I guess like the only storyline we haven't talked about is Numenor.
Yeah,
I'm really curious where that goes.
Very fast. They're doing things very fast there, and I don't know.
I think it's the weakest part.
It's the one we've seen the least of so far, really. And they're doing stuff super fast. Like I know how and why things happen.
I think the most interesting part is like they're pitting family members against each other, like with Elendil's daughter,
she's a created character for the show. Mm-hmm. So that's really interesting to me, like to see what they're doing there. Man, Elendil's line in the crowd, he just has that one like, I don't know what he yells something at her, and it just made me like, oh, I'm shook. Because he just spoke with such authority.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah.
Like, that's a future king right there.
That man gonna rule the world.
I
Maybe
might
not
bring
the world, but the world of men.
For a little bit till he, dies.
Just for a little bit.
I might bring it up, see if I can find it.
But yeah, so I'm really curious because in the books, their whole family is very like aligned with the faithful and friends of elves and whatnot, and so her not being like that is it's an interesting twist, and I'm curious where they go with it, and I don't know what they're trying to say yet, but hopefully it's something interesting and doesn't feel too rushed, because that's where I'm feeling thus far in season 2. I just kind of feel like, oh, we're just rushing into the whole like political drama right away. But when you only have seasons that are 8 episodes long and your first 3 are all set up, you're probably going to get some you're going to have some, which is my big con so far for the first 3 episodes is, and it's not really for the first 3 episodes in and of themselves, but I am concerned about the pacing overall of season 2, because this was a lot of setup, and we're almost halfway through the season.
I would expect no changes with the pacing.
No.
For the entire series.
I don't know.
It's just gonna be lightning.
Yeah, I don't, but I do just feel like if they were 10 episode seasons, I think you would just have a little more room to breathe on some stuff. So
is it when they're like all arguing?
Yeah,
like
it's when she drops the thing. I think she reveals the Palantir.
Big old rock.
She's been using, and then the eagle. Oh, I love the Eagles.
What's your favorite song? Is it Hotel California?
Life in the Fast Lane.
I don't know music things. Anyways,
You should have just been like, yeah, that's my
Rings
favorite.
of Power season 2.
Hotel
episodes
California's an easy
1 through
pull.
3. I think the season is starting off
Tried to give him a layup. He just
really
didn't.
good. I don't know
Swatted
music
it
stuff.
out of the way.
I don't know music stuff. You said the Eagles, and I immediately did. I did not even think of the music, the band.
You said the Eagles.
I know. And then you were like, "What's their favorite song?"
But you know the song Hotel California.
Yes, I know that. I wouldn't have been able to pull out that was an Eagles song out of my hat, though.
Well, then you shouldn't wear one with a bird on it.
This is the kind of useless knowledge that I choose to put in my head.
I'll allow it.
Someone has to be smart on these things, and you guys can be smart on music.
Cool. Carry on with what you were saying.
No, I think the first 3 episodes are really good. I'm really looking forward to the rest of season 2. It's going to be over way too fast.
Yeah.
Did they
We're gonna have
film?
to wait 2 years again?
Did they film
probably.
season 2 and 3 back to back or no?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, dude, that is the worst part about TV now. And, like, that's the conversation I feel like I see on social media. It's like, why are we waiting 3 years for shows?
Well, especially ones that are...
Like, Game of Thrones came out every year.
Yeah. And I know that at the end of that, like, that cycle was, like, hell for the actors. Like, it was...
I'll turn this so you're not getting spoiled.
Nearly unsustainable. But I do think you can be... like working, like especially on a show like this, it's just hard for me to see a show like this getting canceled after 2 or 3 seasons. So like, why are you not always writing 1 season ahead?
Yeah.
And realizing that there are going to be like things like an actor not coming back, you may have to account for.
Yep.
You may have to shift a little bit, or a lot of bit. I don't know. But
Dude, we talk about Game of Thrones coming out year after year. The CW was pumping 4 superhero shows of 23 episodes a season yearly.
On, like, a $1 million budget.
On a $1 million budget, and their break was only like 7 months.
They
If
were,
that.
They were still filming by the time the, like, season started.
oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm very much enjoying it. Luke,
Thumbs up from me,
Big
too.
thumbs up.
Tyler, big thumbs up.
I'm still trying to find this voice line. Or this
Sorry,
line.
I've hyped it up too much now. All right. Tune in next week and we'll talk a little bit about episode 4, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll be caught up and stuff.
Yeah. News.
Dude, first news story of the week I want to talk about.
Yeah.
After I yawn.
Oh, sleepy
Remedy
boy.
Entertainment announced a partnership with Annapurna to bring
That's
its
right.
connected Remedyverse things to film, television, and more games. Control 2 officially in the works with Annapurna helping and remaining independent for
Let's
Remedy. Huge W. This is super exciting, especially with the foundations that Control has built and Alan Wake 2 has added to. I think we got some good stuff coming from Remedy in the next 10 to 15 years within this shared space. And I love that like Alan Wake and Control are 2 very different styles of games, yet they fit together so nicely. Like I'm really looking forward to where this goes.
Yeah.
And TV.
Yeah, TV movie
TV
rights.
is such a good deal to me. I think that's awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
Especially because they already have great actors portraying all their characters.
Mm.
So it's really easy to just bring them straight across.
Yep.
So, very excited about that.
Yep, that's awesome. Hopefully it doesn't take very long to, like, get moving.
I'm sure they've written... Control 2's probably been written for a while.
Well, I mean, like, the shows.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of what distributions they go with and things like that, but somebody will pick it up. What else?
He just yelled silence in the crowd.
Oh, it is silence. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. That line.
Silence!
Silence. So good.
Then he's like, whoosh,
we've talked a little about Lord of the Rings. I'm going to talk a little more about Lord of the Rings. Ian McKellen was reportedly asked, and he said this, so like it's true. I'm sure in his old age he wasn't supposed to say anything, but I have a grandfather who just kind of rattles off anything on his mind. Ian McKellen was asked to return as Gandalf in the Hunt for Gollum movie. No, thank you. Please let that man retire. I'm not convinced we need this movie anyways.
He did say like publicly a while back though that he would be willing to do it, and I'm betting that probably helped lend
That may have
the studio was like, oh, I mean, if he's gonna do it, yeah, like, why not?
Maybe it's not an active role. Maybe he's like,
He's just gonna be sitting on a wagon.
like, is it gonna be him in the castle looking for Gollum, like that just really short scene in Fellowship?
Yeah.
It is
Smoking the pipe and like doing research.
We got a comment, a first time chat from
Tiger Lily 4. Please bring grandfather on the pod.
I agree.
Could be fun. Could not be fun. Who knows?
Depends what thing that pops up in his mind he decides to rattle off.
Another cool story. CD Projekt has come out and said that they are hoping to do more Cyberpunk 2077 television things.
Let's go.
They also announced Cyberpunk 2.
Let's go.
And they announced that Witcher 4 is officially in full speed ahead production. CD Projekt they've been talking a lot.
Dude, if it's as good as Edge Runners, their new show.
Well, remember they only wanted one season of that. It sounds like they want to do more with it. So,
I mean, they can leave that at, like, they can leave those characters alone.
and just do more characters in that
Just
space.
do it like anthology type thing.
That'd be cool. Just
Be
pick
awesome.
different characters every season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, CD Projekt, more video games to television are happening.
Let's go.
Nice. We got some first look images and a story synopsis for Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Gareth Edwards directed sequel starring Scarlett Johansson. I think this sounds like a
Jurassic movie?
Jurassic movie. I don't know. Like, I'm more interested with the talent that's around it, I guess.
The Gareth Edwards side of it.
Yeah. It's being written by the original writer of Jurassic Park,
Book or the movie?
the movie.
Wouldn't that be crazy if the book guy was like, all right, I'll write the next movie?
He did. It's Michael Crichton, and
That's why it would be crazy. He's popping out of his grave. I'm writing the movie now.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
They actually used Jurassic Park technology to clone him and bring him back.
And the only thing he knows how to do is write Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
Do they also use frog DNA? And
Yeah, he's just also like part amphibian.
Yeah.
He actually lives mostly in the water. They have to use the newest iPhone that's waterproof so he can type.
well, my watch was supposed to be waterproof, and it didn't survive a pool this weekend.
Oh no!
Is it an Apple Watch?
Yep. I had it in water mode, and it was like, no thanks, I'm dying.
Sad day.
Yeah, no, it was a big bummer.
You should. How long have you had it?
I think 2 years. I think I got it for my 30th birthday.
You should talk to someone about that. I don't know who.
Best Buy is Apple certified, I think.
There you go.
We got an announcement of GameStop Retro.
I didn't hear this.
Yeah, so GameStop is going to start focusing on like retro gaming stuff. So SNES, 64s, Game Boy Colors,
How long is this going to last?
PSPs. I don't know. But honestly, I think it might be better than their current plan.
Selling Zim and Kronos.
Yeah. Selling cheating tactics.
Charging $70 for a game. Well, that's industry-wide normal, and only buying games back for like 15 cents or whatever.
Yep.
Classic.
Dude, I remember I took a game in. They're like, "This is worth less than $1." I was like, "I'll just keep it." It's like it's not worth it to sell. Like, or I might want to play this again, maybe.
Right, yeah.
If I trade
I'm gonna
things
get
in,
25 cents for it.
if I trade games in there, I usually trade it. They do like bonuses of 30% if you trade them towards a game.
I
That's
feel like
newer.
you also trade in newer games, though.
Newer-ish
Like, you
games,
don't
yeah.
wait till they're worth 25 cents. You're trading them in when they're still
still
worth
This was
like-
$10
this
and
was
you
like-
get 13.
Some random GameCube game or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Madden 23.
Dude, Madden 23 will get you like 6 cents.
Is that the one that got roasted?
No, I think that was 22.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was like, this is the worst game of all time. Yeah.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
And I was over here playing it like, I think it's fine. Like, it's a football game.
How is it in retrospective?
I don't know. None of them are good compared to college football, so it doesn't matter. Dude, I was watching a Twitch stream of somebody playing Madden the other day, and all I kept thinking to myself was like, why is it so slow? Like, why does it look so slow to me? And then I booted up college football. I started playing. I was like, well, that's why, because this game's fast. It's so fast.
Did you have fun watching football this weekend?
Dude, it was the best.
I was kind of hoping you'd be like, no, I kind of hated it.
It was so great.
I was busy. I had to watch it, and I wanted to play college football and stuff.
I did them at the same time.
Multi TVs.
I just put my iPad next to me and I play.
Nice.
You're an animal. I guess that's kind of what I did with Olympics. But
Baroque says Madden peaked at the end of the PS2 lifespan.
Best Madden, go. I'll tell you mine after you give me yours. What is your favorite Madden year?
2006, I think.
That was your favorite?
I think that's the last one I played.
I think that's the McNabb one for Xbox 360.
2011.
Mine's 2005. Ray Lewis was on the cover. I think that's the best Madden. Played the crap out of that on my GameCube.
I don't know if I ever owned a Madden game.
Well, don't start now.
Yeah, just get college football.
Yeah, get the college football game, dude. So next week I will finally be playing something outside of college football. I'm getting Space Marine. I already pre-ordered it.
Yeah, that game looks sick.
The game looks awesome. I'm so excited. Sorry, sidetracked.
No, not really. Do we have any other news?
A rumor came out today.
Okay.
Josh Brolin apparently was asked to play Hal Jordan.
How founded is that rumor?
I don't know. It's just I didn't have any news stories written down, so I just went and found a rumor that we can
Luke's
talk
the
about.
rumor mill over here today.
I hadn't seen James Gunn be like, hell no, yet. So
Has anybody sent it to him?
I don't know. Here, let's go check.
Check threads. Well, while you look that up, how do we feel about that?
I wouldn't hate it, but
I trust Josh Brolin.
I would get a cheaper name.
Right.
Yeah, I don't-
That's kind of where I'm at.
I trust Josh Brolin, but I'm in the same boat, and I don't say because of cheaper. I just say get somebody who can play the character longer.
Yeah.
You know,
God, your Wi-Fi sucks.
it's not even working for me. I'm on LTE.
I'm not even connected it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it! It's still working on my. Oh, 2 bars. Garbage.
Yeah.
man.
So I don't
Get a
know.
mesh network is what I'm
If-
hearing.
If they
Garbage.
announced Josh Brolin, I'd be fine with it. But
You'd be fine with it, but like, yeah, let's get somebody else.
yeah,
JT says, "Why not Ryan Reynolds?" Give the
give the up and comer a shot.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Honestly, even if he hadn't made that movie yet, I'd be screaming heck no over here
Because of everything recently.
because of everything. I'm so tired of Ryan Reynolds being in my life. He's not even in my life.
Hey, welcome to me 3 years ago.
Welcome to me 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We've just been suffering for 5 years now.
I don't know. Like, who would you fan cast as Hal Jordan?
Raul Coley.
Ooh.
I think
It's
he's
like a go-to answer for.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my male Emily Blunt now.
he's fun. You have any?
All the DEI bros on Twitter hated that though. Like, ugh, he's a white character. Ugh. Get over over Raul Coley.
I don't know.
I pick Cooley for like almost any role, honestly.
Yeah, I would too.
He's
He's
so
awesome.
good.
It's not what
Dana was on the Coley train for a long time. She watched iZombie. She freaking loved that dude, and I never was buying it. I was like, "There's no way." No, he's legit.
It's definitely not what Gunn would do, I feel like. But someone in the studio is probably like, have we talked with Glenn Powell?
I think the same conversation, but swap the name out for John Krasinski.
I'd take Glenn Powell over John Krasinski.
I think they'd be interchangeable to a studio, though.
Oh, for sure,
Like, if you're pick handsome white man number 3, right? Like, you're going to take one of those two. Glenn Powell's a pretty popular one.
He's the it guy right now.
Yeah.
He is. JT, hear me out, Michael B. Jordan. Maybe for John, I could see them doing that, because especially with the story they're trying to tell. But I don't know that Michael B. Jordan would want to do it. At this stage, I don't know how interested he is in doing stuff like that anymore.
I feel like he tried
He's
with
like kinda
Fantastic Four and was probably kind of burned on the comic book movie.
Well, he did Black
thing.
Panther.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't know if he'd want to do it again. Because, like, if he takes a Jon Stewart role, I mean, he's signing up for quite a while.
That's yeah.
But it is
Yeah.
a show, so maybe he'd be a little more inclined to do it with a few appearances down the line.
Maybe.
I don't know.
He's a
I still
great
think
actor. I think he's more interested in directing and producing and
Yeah, he wants to work with people. Hold on.
Get the dude from Alien Romulus for Jon Stewart.
Ooh.
I have my Jon Stewart
I
pick.
don't remember
Hold
his
on.
name. Trevante Rhodes.
That's mine, yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his name, though.
I've known your pick.
Yeah, he's my pick. I like him.
Who?
Trevante
Trevante
Rhodes.
Oh.
He's the third story in Moonlight.
He's also in Predators.
Yep.
Or Predator.
The Predator.
The Predator.
Predator.
The bad one.
Baroque said, Glenn Powell in a tight white t-shirt and a cowboy hat and twisters made me feel things.
Dude.
Me too. you get that like that bass. I've
Still not seen that movie, but I already feel things.
That was a good movie.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if Glenn Powell's not in talks for something at DC based on his social medias lately. I don't know. Hal Jordan's I don't feel like it's that hard of a role to cast. But
if you want to make it easy, you could literally just cast any white actor.
yeah.
Done.
I
I mean,
yeah, I don't
no
know.
offense to the character Hal Jordan, but he's
In this
not really that complicated.
and in the direction they're going, I think it's more important to nail the Jon Stewart casting than it is the Hal casting. If Glenn Powell's cast is Hal Jordan, I won't hate it though. He loves jet movies. He loves airplanes.
It's true.
He'd probably feel pretty good in that role. Honestly,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He'd probably make him do it all for real too, because he's being like
He was the
mentored by Tom
He was
Cruise.
the EP on the freaking Blue Angels documentary.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Him and J.J. Abrams. I was like, what?
So J.J. Abrams, the two things he's made in his WB tenure,
A Blue Angels documentary.
and who released that? Was that Neon or
Prime. Amazon did.
Prime? Okay, so not WB. And Batman Cape Crusader, also Prime.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Crazy.
Good
Well,
stuff.
The dude just fleeced WB out of like $100 million or whatever for nothing.
There was one more news story.
That's the job I want.
Dude, so the Quidditch Champions game that is
Yes.
coming out tomorrow. If you
Oh.
have PlayStation Plus, any level, you get it for free. So
Nice.
that's kind of neat.
That is
PlayStation.
very cool.
I forgot to ask. I always like to ask Google. Dude, will Google AI do it?
Glenn Powell.
Alden Ehrenreich actually wouldn't be that bad.
No, he would not.
He's a lot younger.
He is. Yeah, Glenn Powell's like almost 40, isn't he?
Ugh, old man. Gross. No. I mean, Tom Cruise keeps getting fan cast as him. He's 63 or whatever.
Let's see what kind of fun names. Yeah.
My favorite movie trivia thing ever is when Dead Reckoning was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It was Tom Cruise is the same age as he is right now as Ian
Ooh.
McKellen was when he played Gandalf
No.
in the Lord of the Rings movies. And
All
it's
of-
just like, oh no!
Here was a pretty good one I hadn't thought of. Oliver Jackson Cohen.
Yeah, that's good.
He's good. He'd be a good choice.
I keep sliding down in my seat.
Ryan Gosling. Let's crank that thing up to. Let's get that budget way up.
Just get it up there.
Speaking of budgets, I saw this on Twitter today. The budget for Wake Me Up Dead Man is like $215 million or something.
I think someone just remembered that Netflix paid like $420 for both, and they just split it in half. We've known that movie is gonna have a ridiculous budget. That's not news. That's not news story.
And
That's
it's
not
going to be
new.
in theaters for 2 days.
Not new news.
What's
Way
the
too
dude
much.
from the 100 that was in One Night in Miami? You like him a lot.
For Jon Stewart,
Yeah, he played Wells.
he played Cassius Clay, and
Yeah,
I don't remember his name.
he's popular for Jon
He'd
Stewart
be
too.
fantastic.
Yeah, there's a lot of great choices out there. Yeah,
Yeah, indeed.
Austin Butler was a name that was thrown out.
I don't want my house horn sound.
Oh,
If you want to use a power ring,
Bike Riders.
gotta
is
use your
on
imagination.
One of the
It's a
streamers.
streamer. Yeah,
I saw it the other day.
it might be
I didn't
Hulu.
watch it, but
might be Hulu.
I know I should. Real quick, we did get a fan box question.
Is it a
this
fan
week.
cast? Because we're hot right now.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
it's a lot more complicated than a fan cast.
Who
So
asked
this is
it?
from Baroque.
Baroque.
Baroque. If you were creating a 40k Space Marine Legion, what would you call it? What would your color palette be? And would you be a Loyalist or Traitor Legion?
Traitor or traitor?
Traitor.
Trader, like your
Like Trader Joe's.
So
Buy your tyranny.
let me preface this by
Warhammer.
saying I have very little knowledge of the Warhammer lore.
Let us all preface this by saying most of us have no knowledge of Warhammer.
Yeah.
It's like the
lore.
scene from the Quentin Tarantino movie, the one where they kill Hitler.
Inglourious
Inglourious
Bastards.
Bastards. I know the most Italian. You know the second most. You know the third most. I don't know Italian. Exactly, third most.
I actually started listening to a Warhammer lorecast today,
Nice.
in an effort to try to learn at least a little bit about the setting of Space Marine, just for fun. I don't know, something to listen to when I'm driving. But I would definitely make a Traitor Legion to make it interesting. Just, throw things off its axis a little bit.
Yep.
My colors would definitely be like black and gold. And my name would be, I don't know. Burn the heretics. My name. Let me come back to me on the name. Let me think about it.
So this is a sci-fi universe, correct?
Yes.
Do they have any cavalry divisions? That's what I want to know. 'Cause
Sure.
I feel like
Yes.
something that I have always really wanted, and we got a little bit actually in the Rise of Skywalker. With like they were on the like horseback on.
Are you
top
complimenting Rise of
I
Skywalker
am.
right
I'm
now?
giving Rise of Skywalker.
We're recording this. Too.
Something. This is online forever. I would love to see like a Rohirrim inspired Legion.
Someone clip that.
Rohirrim inspired Legion.
Too
like
topical. Change it.
gold and maroon, but something with like I don't know if you can have genetically modified big boy space. All I know of space.
You want me
Marines
to break this for you? So they have these things that I believe they're called STPs. It's basically these AI thing like foundries. It's kind of how they're described. That can literally make anything.
I want no. I'm going.
This is
no.
why Warhammer's so crazy. They can literally make anything.
I just want them to have bred extra large horses that can carry the spacemen in their
Through
suits.
space?
Can they make me give
Dude,
a crap?
call them the Valkyries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically kind of what they go for. What they're
I don't
doing.
want to do what they've already done.
No, they're not doing that. I'm saying, like, that's kind of
okay.
what,
I'm
the
surprised you
Valkyries.
didn't
Yeah.
want to make Turkey Red Studios, except Warhammer.
Just attacking turkeys.
Yeah, it's just wave after wave of turkey.
What would you call it? Your color palette be, and would you listen? I'd be loyalist.
Yeah.
I really struggle to just even play games as like the bad,
Morally bad.
The only time I've really done it well is with KOTOR. But I'm even in replays, I always just choose the hero option. It's just more fun to me.
I generally, it depends. I've told you my Red Dead story. Like, I started out, I'm like, oh, make this dude a bad guy. And then, like, the story very clearly was steering me into he's a good person. So I started playing good. I think in Warhammer, before Baroque flips out in the chat, there's no good guys in Warhammer. Like, no one is good. Everybody's bad. So...
But they're called traitors. And I'm not going to be a traitor.
It's because the loyalists are loyalists to people who've colonized the solar system.
I googled 40k cavalry, and there's like a dozen different
There you go.
entries here. So
You're just
apparently
adding-
these
you can
things
make-
exist.
You can make the 13th. The 13th
This is a motorcycle.
cavalry.
That doesn't count. Give me a horse.
It's an iron horse, buddy.
It's an iron horse. The Emperor protects humanity from the universe full of hyper-aggressive aliens.
The Emperor took humanity to their planets and took them over. So F that guy. F the Emperor. He's been killed before anyways. Screw him.
Is this a Dune sequel?
No.
No.
Probably after Dune was written, they were like, yo,
Bro.
we got an idea.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm a traitor. I got to think of a name, though.
Color palette, brown and yellow, and we'd be called the cheese turds.
Nice.
I like
I
it.
just thought of that because we were talking about cheese curds earlier, and I had a cheese turd joke, and I didn't get to use it because we moved on.
And you get to use it now.
No, you got
do you
it.
know?
Reworked it, revolutionized it, made it better.
Nice.
Cheese turds.
I would call mine, they'd be black and gold with some white trim. We'd be called the Cocaine Space Cowboys. There's my third joke about drugs tonight, baby. The hat trick's complete.
Let's go. Or maybe you could make a group called the Ligma Goblins.
The what?
The Ligma Goblins.
Ligma. We're the Ligma Goblins. And we send Ligma transmissions through the warp to the Emperor at all times. Yeah, your Emperor's not dead. He's just in a coma, sorta, on the Golden Throne, still communicating to his children via dreams. Yeah, dog, he's dead. Sorry.
This sounds like Odin. Just saying.
Yeah,
Sounds like Odin.
there's a lot. I mean, Valkyries,
It's in very Norse.
probably. Just know that if I get in that throne room, your Emperor dog's getting
Teabag.
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. Teabagged, and he's getting a chain chain sword through the noggin. Dude, chain swords are pretty sweet though.
I am no man.
Baroque, I can't wait to play Space Marine with you
What a
and
loophole.
really just break the.
You really gotta think about those things.
It's a big ol' if.
You should have reworded your contract.
We're the Cocaine
Deal's
Space
getting
Cowboys,
worse all the
baby.
time.
Now I have to make that character in Space Marine,
There
my
you go.
Cocaine Space Cowboy.
Yep.
And yes,
Alright.
I did throw my hat because of the hat trick.
Yeah, you really committed to the bit.
You're supposed to throw yours too. So when a hockey player scores a hat trick, everybody throws their hat on the ice.
My hair's bad.
That's okay. Don't throw it. Yeah,
Is that a penalty?
we're committed to the bit. No,
We're committed.
they allow it,
I'm
and
just
then they
gonna
clean all the
hide
hats
I
up.
guess they allow fighting too.
Yeah,
so.
they don't care. Hockey's cool.
Hockey is hockey. So.
I have a bad hair day too. I actually just dry shampooed my hair today.
Bro, your hair is so short. It's not possible to have a bad hair day.
This idiot. I showered before I came over here, so I was having a pretty bad hair day too. But thankfully, I had
I'm gonna
You
shower.
really
just enough
fix
time
it.
to shower.
Yeah. Oh, maybe next time put on hats on a string so we can pull them. Like, Tiger Lily.
But that beats the point of the hat
no,
trick.
I'm
throwing
with
the hat.
Tiger Lily on this one. This sounds like a brilliant invention.
Tiger Lily, I'll allow it.
Just this
Maybe
time.
you should learn how to throw your hat like a boomerang so it just comes back.
Dude, have you seen that video of Josh Allen throwing a boomerang at Bill's camp?
No?
He's never thrown one, and he's like trying to read the directions. He's like, yeah, so just okay, launches it, and it just like goes all the way around, and then just smokes the side of the facility. And he's like, oh,
Oops. Gotta have the right amount of space there.
It was pretty great.
That's funny. All right. Well, let's real quick before we wrap up. Let's talk about what we did this week.
Wrap it up.
What did I do this week?
Did you? I feel like you.
Did you play Call of Duty beta?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, I knew you would have something to contribute this
Yeah,
week.
I watched a little bit more of Cape Crusader,
Yep.
so that was cool.
Good show.
Really liking it. I think it's a lot of fun.
Have you seen the Gentleman Ghost episode yet?
Not yet.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
I picked up a new book that I don't know when I'll read, but
Did you?
it's
Oh,
called the book.
Did you read it?
No, it's called The Book of Elsewhere. It's written by Keanu Reeves and an author named China, maybe Mayville. He's a sci-fi author, but it's set and he wrote those comics Berserker or whatever.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
set kind of inspired by that story, and it's set in that world. I think. It seemed cool enough. It was like $17 at Sam's, and I like picked it up. I was like, "What is this?" And
Not
I kind of
cheap
was
for a book?
reading. Yeah, it's usually 30.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Why is stuff so expensive now?
I don't know. But I picked that up, so I'm looking forward to reading that at some point. And I'm continuing to read Mistborn. Really, really good stuff. Sanderson is as good as people say he is.
Yeah.
I never thought a main character going dress shopping would be the most interesting chapter in a book that I've read so far. But it continues to impress me.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are. So
Is Mistborn in a series?
Mistborn is it's
Is it the first in a series?
the first book is called The Final Empire. The second book is called The Well of Ascension. But
The
it's the
Well of
Mistborn trilogy or whatever. But there's 6 books in that because they do a second trilogy like 400 years later. Anyways, it's the whole thing. It's really good though.
You kind of lost me.
Yeah. And then the last
Books.
thing I'll talk about that I did outside of playing college football and some other things. I did play the Black Ops 6 beta for about an hour.
Omni movement.
Dog. So, like, I was playing it, and at first, I'm getting wrecked, because I haven't played Call of Duty in a while, right? Not at least consistently enough to be good at it.
And then you
And I'm
reached
playing it.
down into your college age video game.
No. So, we're going to talk about it. So, I start playing this, and, I'm having some moments. I'm doing okay. Finishing around even. Sometimes negative, sometimes positive, and I'm like, man, I don't know. Maybe I can get the hang of this, but this Omni movement thing just feels so crazy, like fast and insane, and like people are jumping and diving and shooting me all the time, and I don't really know what's going on. And then my brother sends me a clip of him playing, and I watch it, and I'm like, what? Like, it's so fast compared to me. Like, he is playing at breakneck speed. Then Noah, Brendan, friend of the show's little brother, sends me a clip. Who Noah might be the best Call of Duty Black Ops 6 player on the planet, by the way. Dude gets like 70 kills a match, no matter what mode we're playing. It's stupid. I don't understand it.
It's because he uses an aimbot controller. That's
might-
what a PC player would say.
He might be doing
Or
that.
an M&K player would say.
But like, he is outrageous. And he sends me this clip. And for the first time in my life as a gamer, I watch those clips and I go, maybe I'm just too old for this game. Maybe I'm just too old. Like, I can't do it. It's so fast. It's so fast. It's unbelievable. I will say, though, like, overall, the maps I thought were really good. I really like those. Pretty traditional 3-lane. There's one that's a little more abstract, but I actually think it flows pretty nicely. The gunplay feels significantly better than Modern Warfare 2 and 3. It's in a different engine. So Treyarch uses a different engine than all the other Call of Duty studios. And I think the gunplay just feels a lot better in it. I don't know why. I can't explain it to you, but it just feels better to play. Because the other one they did was Cold War with this engine. And I remember playing that beta and thinking, man, the gunplay in this feels great. And I actually thought Cold War was awesome. So, But this is just too fast for me, man. I'm old. I'll own that. I'll stick with my third person over the shoulder Space Marine Gears of War type games. Yeah, man. But I don't think it's bad. I should say, like, I don't think it's a bad game. I just think I'm bad at the game. So if you're a Call of Duty fan and you're looking forward to this one, I think if you're not old, there's a chance you really like it. So
Nice.
I do not think I will be playing much of it.
Old man over here. Just a campaign.
Maybe the campaign, and maybe I'll dive into the multiplayer and be like, oh, like
Zombies?
maybe they tune. No, absolutely not.
Oh yeah, you hate zombies.
I do not like zombies. But maybe I'll try out the multiplayer when it releases and it's been nerfed into the ground.
Do you think they're gonna nerf the movement?
No.
Not for today's
Dude, these
TikTok generation.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's so fast. Like, I cannot stress to you enough how fast it is. Like, it's alarming.
I just watch
don't-
clips on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't need to.
Because it's the only thing that
feel
they're
that old.
showing me now for some
Yeah,
reason. But
it's
I'll tell you what I think of it so far is that I still hate the sound design of Call of Duty. I hate it. I think the sound designers there need to go out and re-record everything. It just sounds fake, all of it.
Yeah, I've never liked their sound design.
Everything
either.
sounds like plastic. The footsteps sound like they're running on plastic. Windows breaking. It sounds like plastic windows breaking. The guns sound like airsofts because they all just sound silenced.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so irritating.
Yeah, I think the words I said by the end of the night was just like, I don't think I'm the target audience for this anymore.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tyler says,
I'm gonna buy you a cane.
you have a nice quote there, Tyler, which is, if you're not old. Which I think maybe we'll put that on the box. Like,
Yeah.
10 out of 10 if you're not old.
Yeah, maybe that's the I'll take my name on a Call of Duty box.
Yeah,
That'll be a lot
yeah.
of houses. So that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, my goodness. Luke,
Your teenager will love this.
did you do anything this week worth mentioning?
Yes, I did. I went outside. No.
Luke touched grass this
I
week,
did.
guys.
I golfed today. 9 holes. It was great.
Oh.
First time I've done that in like 2 years, so it was a lot of fun. The family was in town all weekend, so we did a lot of hanging out with them.
That's awesome.
But in the moments in between, I managed to watch Terminator Zero on Netflix.
Nice.
New anime on Netflix in the Terminator series, 8 episodes, and it was awesome. The animation is beautiful. I watched the English voice acting, and I really liked the voice cast. I loved the story, and they answered so many interesting questions just about like time travel.
Oh.
At least for their universe, they're just like, what happens when you go back in time?
Yeah.
And like, there's this lady explaining it to one of the people that's going back in time. It's just like, all right, this is pretty cool. This is a conversation they never have. They're just like, we're going back in time again.
Yeah.
And it's just like, can't just keep going back in time and fixing things. It's like you're creating
More
something
problems.
new.
Yeah.
That, and I love the story they're telling. I mean, it's time travel. Robot is coming after somebody who's trying to stop the end of the world or whatever, and somebody else goes back and we're trying to stop the robot. But man, I thought it was really good. They asked and answered a lot of just really interesting questions. I can't wait for season 2. Hopefully it doesn't take long to come out. But Terminator was perfect to have an anime. And I hope some of these other 80s kind of action horror franchises can get that as well. Like, I think it was a couple of months ago, in the past year, like, it came out that there's a finished Alien vs. Predator anime. Like, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
They just won't release it.
It's at Hulu, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, they just won't release it. It's like, why? You hate money?
Yeah, right. Do it straight to Blu-ray release. People will buy
Sure,
it.
I'll go buy it. Are you kidding me? But I'd love a Predator anime. I'd love an Alien anime. Go crazy,
Dude,
man.
heck yeah.
Any of those. There's probably another one. King Kong anime. We kind of got some of those.
We did kind of get one of those.
That show wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It wasn't an anime though. It was very Western.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I loved Terminator Zero. If you're a Terminator fan, you should 100% watch it. If it was in my list of things, I'd say it's probably third place between
Nice.
2 and 1.
Yeah.
But I mean, in my opinion, there's only one bad Terminator movie, which is Genesis, which is incredible what they did with that. Honestly,
And it's incredible how bad that movie is.
it's just like out of all the decisions you could make, you chose the wrong one every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Made it PG-13.
Rough.
Started off just real bad.
And stay there.
Jai Courtney is your lead. But yeah, it was really, really good. Now I'm probably gonna watch the Terminator movies again, and I just watched them. I'll at least watch 1 and 2. What does that say?
Every bad decision.
Every bad decision. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The spelling of Genesis.
Genesis. Me?
Yeah, but your turn.
I watched a little more of My Adventures with Superman.
Oh, such a so good.
How
So
far
good.
are you now?
Superman has been captured
Oh no.
by
Do you think he's gonna die?
the one person, or not person, but
Yeah.
Father?
the father, yes, by father. And
If you're not to that point in the show, that could be like multiple people, so that works really well.
yeah, so and then the episode after that is like the whole crew figuring out how to get to space.
Oh.
Super fun.
Oh yeah.
That was super
That's
fun
a fun
episode.
episode, yeah.
So I'm very excited to
Season
finish
2
that
was
up.
so good.
It's so good, yeah.
Yeah, really enjoying that.
Mm.
But other than that, nope. Not a ton of stuff. We're back into like school season, and we're gonna get in that routine. So we're still trying to find time to, I mean, we found time to watch 3-hour-long episodes of Rings of Power. So that was kind of what I did this week.
Dude, you know the shortest episode of the entire show is the first episode of season 1?
Really?
Yep. I looked it up because I was like, man, these episodes feel long.
Yeah, they're beefy.
Got a lot to get through.
True.
There's only 8 episodes. At least they give you.
Yeah, at least they're
Over
full.
an hour.
Yeah, true. But yeah, haven't done a ton this week, unfortunately. I mean, we picture locked on our short film that we're making.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Nice.
now that can be colored and it can be scored, and I can go in and do all the audio editing on it. So
Dubstep soundtrack, obviously.
yeah, heck yeah. But yeah, so I've been busy, just not with
Watching
things to.
stuff or playing
You played
stuff.
Apex?
Played some Apex. Played a little Halo Infinite. Apex is better
Dude,
than
Halo is probably
right now.
my speed.
The problem I'm having with Halo right now is that like with the new matchmaking system and like how you can filter things. If I just want to play Slayer, it takes me forever to get into the game.
What do you have to
'Cause-
play?
You have to play quick play, and then they have like 47 different modes in quick play.
Oh, it's not like the 3 anymore?
No.
Where it was like oddball, capture, and
So you
Slayer?
can go through and like manually click ones you don't want to play in,
Yeah.
but then it slows down your search
They did the
time.
whole Call of Duty, every other game thing, Battlefield.
So, I've been actually having a lot less fun in Halo right now because I can't just easily play. Because then I was like, oh well, maybe fine. It'll be more difficult, but I'll go play ranked because they have a ranked Slayer.
You're good at Halo, though. You'd be fine.
But it's all bandit starts, and I suck with the bandit. Just give me my assault rifle. Come on.
I don't know what a bandit is.
It's like a DMR.
It's a DMR.
Okay.
It's like a scout, but not as good.
Yeah, it's a scout rifle. There you go.
I know what a DMR is.
It's
I
like
played the first 5 Halo games.
it's like a scout rifle from Destiny.
When are they going to introduce
Except it
only
doesn't-
karate chopping in a video game? Like, it's a shooter, and
But all you can do is karate
you just...
chop.
They changed the animation.
That's
It's-
GoldenEye. Did you- You can do it in GoldenEye.
No hat throwing though.
That's on the honor system. Can't program that in.
Yeah.
Karate chops only know odd job.
Oh, brilliant.
Would the character be able to even reach down to odd job?
Miss.
Dude, when are they going to announce the new Bond? Come on. Let's get on it. I'm ready.
Apparently, there's some things happening with that.
Yeah,
I saw a
let's
rumor.
go.
the
There
other
were some
day.
rumors about the director.
Yeah, there's been
Let's-
like meetings and stuff.
Yeah, so it's happening.
Let's get that ball rolling. I'm ready. It's been long enough.
Yeah, I agree.
And put it back in the 60s.
I
No
would,
more cell phones.
I would love a retro Bond. I think you could do some real fun stuff with that. Take it back in time a little bit.
Take it back now, y'all.
One hop this time. No, I did 2 hops. My bad.
What an
On
idiot.
that, I can't dance, and
You can dance if you want to.
Isn't IO
You
making
can leave your friends behind.
Isn't IO making a game as well? Oh yeah, the developers of
Yes, they are.
Hitman,
yeah.
right? They're doing a Bond game, so that could be fun.
I had you
Let's
there.
go! You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
Did you miss that?
Yep, I didn't hear
Yeah, he missed it.
Don't dance in the no friends of mine. S-S-A.
Anyways, thank you for hanging out. We had a nice busy chat this week. I love it. So thank you all for hanging out and chatting with us. We live stream here on Twitch Monday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time. But whether you hang out with us in person or you watch on YouTube or listen via the podcast, we appreciate your viewership. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
See you next week. I'm not taking no Codex S-Star something.
What are you talking about?
Baroque was telling me to learn how to be loyal to the Emperor. No. See you next week.